everyone, it's Dawn. I'm back. Good to be with you again. Well, thank you for those who could join me yesterday. And today, as I promised, we're going to tackle how you handle doubt. Now, as business owners, if you're already in business, and if you're not, you're going to experience this. That's not to put you off. It's what we're going to do is show you a way of handling it today. We've all handled doubt, and we all will handle doubt. You know what it's like. You've got, especially if you've already started or you're already in conversation with potential customers and clients, you get them on a call. They're really interested in what you're saying, what you've got to offer, whether you're selling your programs or whether you're selling your products. And you think, oh, I've got a new client here. I've got a new customer here. Brilliant. And then they hit you with one of two main objectives or two objectives that you'll come across time and time again. Now, you may come across these two objectives quite a few times, and they're the main two that you're going to come across. You think you've got them to the point that they're ready to make that commitment, and then they'll suddenly say to you, well, actually, do you know what? I can't afford it at the moment, or I need to talk to my partner about this. Now, they're valid reasons. Maybe they do need to talk to their partner. Maybe they do have problems with financial difficulties. But the thing about, oh, I can't afford it at the moment, if they've got to the stage that they're ready to commit, they've probably already seen your prices. They've probably been on your website or your Facebook page or wherever you sell your website or wherever you sell your products and your programs. And they've seen what you offer. They've seen your prices, so they know your prices. So saying, well, I can't afford it is a little bit of a way of masking their own fear. Because if they couldn't afford it, they wouldn't have got on that call with you. And even if that is the case, if they're really ready, and you know they're ready, and that their products or their programs are up to standard, you could offer them payment plans. So if that really is a problem, that can be overcome. And the one about, I need to talk to my partner about that. Do you know what? Why do they need to talk to their partner? Are their partners the one that are going to be paying for it? Possibly, but probably not. So these two objections are usually masks for fear of failure. It was mine too when I started thinking about running my own business. But you know what? Once I got started, about 2 years later, I wished I'd done it before. I wish I got started sooner, because those doubts were just, for me anyway, those doubts I had in my head weren't doubts from then. They were doubts from way back when I was a child and a teenager, when I was told, oh, you'll never amount to anything by my wonderful family. And sometimes, when you've had an upbringing like that, or you've had people telling you you'll never be any good, even if you know it's not true, it's that opinion sticks with you. Not necessarily with everybody else, but it sticks in your head. And that's one of those things, hard though it may be, you've got to get that out of your head. Because if you're at a stage that you're ready to sell your products or your programs, you are good enough. And you can do it. So that fear, that demon, that fear, that enemy, that's gone. We can get rid of that. So your response to fear, if someone comes up and says to you, you're on a call and you think they're ready to commit, and they present one of these objections, I can't afford it at the moment, or I need to talk to my partner about that. The worst thing you can do, it's what we were saying earlier, don't try and force them into a decision. Let them make the decision, put them in control. So your response, rather than saying, oh, well, you want to do it really. I know we've all been tempted to do that, but a more respective, a more appropriate and effective, that's the word I was after, a response might be to say, do you know what? I get that. I really do. I've been there myself. And then say, like I often do, what my objections were or my fears were. They weren't really objections. So, I really get that. I do. But if you're that confident in your own abilities and what you do, how would you feel if you lost out on, now you'll have to, if you're not in the UK, you'll have to round this up or equate that to whatever your currency is in your country. How would you feel if you lost the equivalent of £10,000 or dollars or whatever your currency is where you are worth of sales because you didn't take that leap? Instead, ask yourself, what if this actually works? So rather than saying, because that's those mind monkeys, that's your brain trying to keep you safe. So instead of saying, this might not work, or it's a bit risky, I might not be up to it. Rather than saying, what if I fail? What you need to do is say, what if this actually works? So you flip the script from fear to freedom. I shall say that again. You flip the script from fear to freedom. And that tells your brain that you can do it. So that's what you do. And if you've got clients, even if you're in that position yourself, or you've got potential clients that are still on the, on the cusp, a bit unbalanced. And when I say unbalanced, I mean undecided. Give them a free trial. When I say free trial, it's a bit like taking a car for a test drive. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. I've got 2 pictures here that I want to show you, which will hopefully help demonstrate what I mean by this. So let's assume instead of starting your own business, rather than your clients coming to you to start their own business, supposing you're a car salesperson, I'll say salesperson because both genders do that, and they come and they see this car and they fall in love with the kit. It's the car, they think it's the car of their dreams. Now, of course, they don't know what the inside looks like. They don't know what it's like to drive. They don't know where all the controls are, or they probably know what they do, but they don't know where they are. So what do you do as a salesperson, as a car salesperson? What do? You say, would you like to take it on a test drive? There's no obligation. So we'll put the car down for a minute. So what you do, you get them in the car, you take them with them, you sit alongside them, you take them for a test drive, and they can test out the car, see if it's right for them. No commitment, no financial risk, no time commitment. They're just giving their car a test drive. Now, for people like me who don't drive, apart from if you're like me, you might drive people mad. But for those like me who don't, I've never driven a car. I rode a motorbike when I was younger, much younger, but I've never bothered. I never got round to learning to drive a car. So if you're in that position and you're thinking, well, that's all right, but I don't drive a car. Well, how about this? Now I'm going to change your career. Instead of a car salesperson, you're an estate agent or real estate agent. And you're looking around, you're looking for a new home. And you come across this beautiful, idyllic country cottage. Now, that might not be your idea of a nice home or an ideal home. It might be one of these modern things with windows all over the place. But let's assume that you're driving past or you're walking past. And so if you can't drive, you're probably walking past, or you see it on the bus and there's a sign out for sale. And you think, I've got to have a look at that house. That looks beautiful. So again, we'll just pop it down for a minute. So you've seen the outside, you know what it looks like from the outside, and you want to have a look around. So what do? You contact the agent, you go in and you have a look around the house. You test it out, so to speak. Now, there's no risk to that. You can look around that house to see if it is the house of your dreams or the house that's appropriate for you, with absolutely no risk whatsoever. Now, you might be thinking, what's that got to do with business? Well, do you know what? We're going to get to that bit right now. You can do the same to your business idea, and you can encourage your clients or your potential clients to do the same. Take your business idea on a test drive. Now, what I mean by that, I'm not suggesting you put it in a car and trail it around, although you can do that with one of these banners on the top saying what you do. You can do that if you want to. That's absolutely fine. But an easier way of doing it is there are more social media platforms than I even know what they are. But the main one for business, I still think, is Facebook. I know a lot of people say, oh, Facebook's not relevant anymore. Do you know what? Do you know how many people find work or find clients through Facebook ads? Hundreds, thousands. So Facebook is still very relevant for business. So what you can do, if you haven't already, I would suggest you encourage your clients, or if you're starting your own business from scratch, set up a Facebook page for business. It's totally free. It won't cost you anything. You just go to if you've not done this before, you just go to your personal page and you can set up just click on new page, open it up, but put the settings to professional. It won't cost a penny, I promise. Or if you're not ready to do that, you could use your personal page if you've got one, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, whatever you're on at the moment, whatever social media platform you're on. You can, but I would strongly recommend Facebook because it is the best for business, in my opinion anyway, and in my experience. So show your products if you're a product based. Explain, do what I do, come on and do videos like this. Now, I'm no professional, I'm no videographer. I'm just using my iPad and I've got it propped up against a vase of flowers on my desk. On my desk, there is no fancy equipment in this room. So that's what I'm sitting at my desk. If I pick up the camera, everything's going to go out of view, but I am sitting at my desk. I've got my iPad propped up against a vase of flowers, and I'm talking to you from my living room. So you can see my wall behind me. So you don't need any fancy equipment to do that. So have a look, show your products, or if you're service based, explain like I'm doing with you. Explain your services. Tell people what you do at absolutely no risk. The only thing you're using up is your time. It takes a lot of time. I'll give you a seat. If you've not done it like this before, it takes longer to plan it out than it does to sit here and say it. Because once you've got it all planned out, it's not hard, but that's the bit that takes the time. Finding the right photographs. In this case, I wanted some pictures. I wanted the house to show you around, and the car to do a test drive. Now I'm just going to block out my face for just a minute, which is probably an advantage. And so I won't say, I couldn't tell you how long I spent looking for the right house and the right car to show you as an example. So if you're on Facebook or whatever you're on, or if you've got a YouTube channel or any other format, I think most platforms on social media, I think most of them, if not all of them, will allow videos or can cope with video. So whatever social media platform you're on, you can do a video, or if you're not quite ready to do a video yet, because it can be scary to do it for the first time, even if you're service based, you can print it out and let people read it. But it's much more fun coming on and doing what I do, sitting here rambling away and telling people. And even if you're product based, I can't do that because I can't pick it up, the glue's not set yet. But you can show people your products. Like, I was just trying to find one of my products. One of my products, my newest products, one of the things I'm trying out, like I said yesterday, tell people what you're trying out. I'm having a go at making phone charms or phone dangles. This isn't a real phone, by the way. So if you press it, nothing happens. This isn't a real phone. This is just a dummy phone that I made so that I can use it to model my new phone charms. So it's ever so easy. If you want me to tell you how to do this, drop me a comment. Or if you've got any other questions about starting your own business or helping your customers and clients, drop me a comment or drop me an email. I'll leave my email around somewhere, and I will do my best to answer your questions. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. So again, like I said yesterday, share what you're already working on, and just give it a test drive. Take your business idea on a test drive at absolutely no risk at all. If you don't now the thing about Facebook and probably other social media platforms as well, I'll give you a bit of a tip. It was the shocker that I wasn't aware of when I first started. Doing just one post, even if it's a brilliant post, doing one post and leaving it at that doesn't work. What you need to do, you do need to keep at it. So do an introductory post. And then I would say at least 3 times a week, even if you do something like Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, keep it regular so that people know when to expect a post from you. Then they'll get to know you. They'll get to know your products, your services, and that builds trust. So it does take time. It's not an overnight thing. Taking your business idea on a test drive, sadly, is not an overnight thing. It can be, but it usually isn't. So I would strongly suggest it might be about a month or maybe 2 months. It might be a long test drive. You might be going the scenic route all the way around, but you will get there. Let people trust you. Build up that regularity, that familiarity, and get your products and your programs out there. So that's about it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. So when you come back tomorrow, we will be going on into another aspect of business, and there'll be another one on Saturday, and there will be a final one on Sunday. And on Sunday, I'm not sure if the glue's set on this or the glue is set on this. I don't know if I can pick this up without it falling apart. Possibly. Now, on Sunday, I am going to tell you, now I know that's probably backwards. It says do not press because I flipped the camera around. But this is my big red button. And on Sunday, we're going to be talking about the big red button technique. And you know what? I've never pressed this yet. No, I won't do it now. I'll do it on Sunday. It says do not press. I know it's backwards to you because I flipped the camera. So let's just put that down out the way. So anyway, that's Sunday. But I will be back tomorrow and I'll be showing you a very quick, it won't be as long as this video. I've just looked at the time at the top of my camera and it's about 15 minutes. That's probably the longest video you're going to get on this week's series. But tomorrow's will be much shorter and I'm going to be telling you or helping you to explore for yourself how you can position your offer so that it's personal to your customers and your clients. So if that's something you're interested in, making it personal to your customers and your clients, do pop back tomorrow and I will show you. I've got a couple of graphics already prepared. This time I'm getting the hang of getting organised. I did it all yesterday. All the graphics and everything I need for the rest of this week, including my big red button over there. I think anyway, I've got it all prepared. The only thing I haven't done is the recordings. So I will be back tomorrow to show you how you can position your offers and make them personal to your customers and your clients. So I'll see you then. And until then, take care everybody, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.